Have you ever came out of a doctor's office and you were much happier and joyful when you came out than you were when you went in? Well, I had a day like that today, and I'm going to tell you about it, okay? Grab you some water or something to drink and enjoy the ride with me, will you? All right. Those of you who know me and have kept up with my videos, you know that up until about November of last year, for about 12 years, I was a school teacher. And since then, I have been training to become and have become a professional truck driver. Well, of course, with all that transitioning means that I've had to transition into new healthcare insurance. Out with the old, in with the new. My doctor and I both decided that we should get my blood pressure under control and my high cholesterol under control. I've always had blood pressure that was just high enough to be called high, and it's for no reason that we really know other than I've inherited it or something, because I hardly ever put salt in my food. I'm very careful about the foods that I eat, you know. I mean, I know I drink coffee and stuff like that. I'm not saying that nothing I've ever eaten has contributed. I'm just saying we didn't feel like dieting was really going to be the most effective way to take care of this. So he prescribed for me a medication that I've been taking every day ever since, you know, for several years now. The cholesterol, it's the same song and same story. Now, at first, you know, I used to be an ice cream fanatic. I love ice cream. But you know, I used to go to the store. I'd be driving down the road, and if a store marquee said buy one get one free, Breyer's ice cream, I tell you what, I would bring my car to a screeching halt, and I would actually go into that store. Yeah, I would change my whole plan for the day over ice cream. And there have been days that I've gone into the store and I'd buy like 10 packs, you know, butter pecan, mocha almond fudge, you know, good ice cream. And of course the cashier attendant would look at me like, you know, are you out of your mind? And I'm like, I have a big freezer. And not only that, but I would stock up on real butter. There's no better way to make good cookies and good cakes except by using real butter. And I'd stock up on cheese, you know, good cheese, you know. Well, I still enjoy cheese, and I still enjoy good butter, and I still enjoy ice cream, but I have cut back a lot, you know. Then I was really very overindulgent in it. And I think that has helped, along with the medication I've been taking, to get my cholesterol back down to where it needs to be, you know, in order for me to, you know, live and be healthy. And I can assure you now that I have, for all practical purposes, a very clean bill of health. I have no diseases. My body is doing just fine. Okay. Well, and I want to keep it that way. Well, just before my coverage on that insurance plan ended, I ordered a 90-day supply of medication prescriptions, you know. And I am right now, I've got about 25 days of it left. So, and my new insurance coverage, it began on the 1st of May. And so this is the first opportunity that I've had to actually call a doctor and, you know, get that ball rolling. Well, so today I got online and I'm with Blue Cross Blue Shield, a PPO plan, and they sent me on the website a list of physicians in the area who accept this coverage. And so I went through all of them, and you know how it is, you don't know any of them, but there was one word that stood out among them all. The word was Tagalog. Yeah, does that bring anything to your mind? Well, what it brought to my mind was Filipino. And then I was reading through the credentials, and he graduated from a med school in Manila. And I thought, all right. So I decided on the basis of that, I'm going to go with this doctor right here. So I gave them a call, and I got a receptionist who very cheerful on the phone, and when I told her this same story, she and I we just laughed and had just a very ecstatic conversation, And well, would you believe it? She set me up an appointment for today. Yes, and I called her. It was like 10 o'clock, and I couldn't have been happier, really. So I went down there, and I met the staff, and they were just as effervescent and kind and friendly. Oh, I tell you, I felt so at ease in their office. And then the doctor, oh man, we spent as much time in the examination room talking about the Philippines as we did about my health, Which do you think is more interesting? Anyway, but he and we talked about the blood pressure thing, and so he renewed my prescription there, and he renewed my prescription for the cholesterol medication. But he said that after we do some lab work, we're going to make a few changes there that he felt would be better for me. And so the next time I go, I've got an appointment for 3 months from now, but I'm going to go in earlier than that to let them pull out some blood and send it to the lab. That way, by the time I get there for my next appointment, we'll be able to talk about the lab results. So anyway, we had a marvelous conversation. And yes, he was a doctor that seemed so willing to listen to me and to talk to me like man to man. And I even said, I take Viagra too. And he says, no problem. Let me know whenever you need some more. I'll get you some more. And I got, yeah. So, yes, I walked out of that office feeling pretty good. I did the co-payment, which was not much, really, about $5 more than it was before. So we're in good shape. Not only that, but I found out that there was an AutoZone auto parts store just down the road. Now, so what? Well, it turns out that the cooler that I bought at Walmart, the kind that you can plug into a cigarette lighter, I bought it for my truck to keep stuff in. It turns out it was missing the fuse that it needed to, get the power going through there. Well, rather than take the whole thing back to the Walmart, I decided, well, let me just go find a replacement fuse and put it in there. That would be less troublesome, and it'll work. Well, I've gone into every truck stop. I've even been to a lot of Walmarts, and the fuse size is one of those flat-bladed 7.5 in size, and everyone's got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yeah, but they don't have 7.5. Well, this AutoZone had 7.5. So there you go. I was able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and yeah, it kind of made my day. And there was a Walmart Supercenter on the way back home. Inside, I went and got a bunch of fresh fruits that I brought home and cut them all up and made some homemade fruit cocktail. And I put several containers of it in my freezer and let it chill really, really good. I'm going to take some of that with me onto my truck. So as of right now, I'm feeling pretty good. My truck is in the shop. I called them today, and they said, well, it's ready. And then I called my dispatcher, and he says, well, I'm going to call the corporate office to make sure that they've done the work that we asked them to do. Now, isn't that a good dispatcher? I mean, it looks to me like he's looking out for me and for the good of the company. I don't think that I could ask for a better situation. So anyway, we're not sure if I'm going to go back on the road tomorrow or not. I'm supposed to call him back, but I could go on back on the road as early as tomorrow around noon, but we'll see. If I don't, I'll just relax and enjoy myself. And if I do, well, I'll have everything packed up and ready to go. So I hope you can agree with me. I would call this day one full of some happy moments. I hope you've had a day of happy moments, and I hope you're treating your day well. You get 24 hours, and you can't save any of them for tomorrow. So use your time the best you can and get all of the good out of it that you can. Remember, Big Bear Ron sends his love to all of you. Take care.